All right, we have made it to the top of my hill. This is the main road here. This is my road sign. And today I'm trying out a new stand. My brother came up with a tote from my old camper, and this was to hold a camping light, but it's got the flexible legs. So I'm going to try to put this on top of the tractor roll bar, so that we can get a good view of my tractor work today. I've got my tractor key there, ready to go. Extra GoPro batteries, because this GoPro, fake GoPro, burns through batteries real quick in the sun. This couldn't quite tighten. It would have been a very shaky ride. So what I ended up doing was putting a little tree branch in here, a little stick. So that tightens it and keeps it from turning. I tried using this wheel, but the screw wasn't long enough to go through this wheel and onto my camera clip. So we made it work. And then this, last time I took the tractor out, my dad had a solar panel charger. So this is the solar panel, and it has a battery. And that's what was powering his game cam. But it fell off the tractor because it's attached to the tractor right now. So last time I took it out, it fell off and I ran over it. So I had to go get a replacement. So I'll be fixing that today. I put in batteries for the meantime, but this solar panel works really good with the battery. And then the last thing I have in here are these two old tent stakes that I dug out of the ground. I'm going to try to use those as pins for the tractor, so I'll show you why I have to do that. But let's go do that now. Also, it is very hot out again today, which I do like the sun and the heat, and it's beautiful, but you sweat a lot. So this is the 1 5-ton pile of gravel that the guy had a dually truck with 4-wheel drive and still got stuck. So I ended up backing down I drove down to him, put the two tow straps on my front two tow holders, and I had to back all the way up the hill up to here to get him to dump this gravel. So he said he may do it again, but it'll cost more than what he quoted me. The reason I need those locking pins is because this, when the hydraulics are on, I can move it around and everything, but most times I don't keep the hydraulics on. Oh, that is a big spider. Wow, that's huge. Look at him. Can you see how big he is? This is my finger. My finger and him. This is Texas size spider. Alright. He's not near camp, so I'm going to let him go do his own thing. I won't kill him. But the PTO pump is down here, and I usually don't run that. So what I have to do is these locking pins are going to go into this hole and this hole. And if I had one long enough, I would like to just run one bar through both of those. That's what you're supposed to do. But then there's also a locking pin that goes in here. This one keeps it from swiveling back and forth, and this one keeps the bucket from hitting the ground like it is, because with no hydraulic pump running, it just kind of loses pressure and hits the ground. So we're going to take the key, start up the tractor, and work on that. But I got to go get your camera mount first, set that up, and then you can watch. All right, here we go.
Alright, one, let's say, we're going to go through both holes, and it's down there. So, I don't keep going. It's in, plug in, good enough, right, this hole, then I'll end, hole. And now we get to, you go up and down the road, have a left hand hole, and bottom one right way, then I can go in there. So, first we're going to go in one way, and then I'll just have a right there, you're all so, I'm taking down gas, you got to wait on diesel. So, the game cam's on the tractor, so I can go road, and you can see up here, three out, but I'm using it now because the camera wears it down, the solar panel is on top, and I don't want to use the tractor, so, we're going to create somewhere around here, so the game can probably have to first we're going to get my trailer, so, I'm going to video, I'm going to turn on the floor, and look at a front view to the tractor.
Alright, I haven't put you up there yet. I still got to take down the game cam, but I did want to show you one thing I did. This is the PTO. That's the PTO lever. So I turned off the pump, so I have no hydraulic power. And then I had to move this lever forward. That let the pressure out of the cylinder here, and it locked this pin in place. So this shouldn't go anywhere. This one's already good. So yeah, you turn off the hydraulic pump and then you just kind of mess with the lever, and the bucket came down, but the pin locked it in place. So now it's just resting with gravity. But all right, now I'm gonna turn you off, put you on top of the tractor, and we'll go for a ride. Alright, you're on top of the tractor roll bar. It's very vibrating. Yeah, I might have to do something about this. Maybe there's video editor that'll do something, but I'm going to record anyway and see how this works. All this road work, my neighbor rented a bulldozer and has done a lot of this road work already. So whenever you see this fresh pile of dirt and the road looks smoother, my neighbor has helped out with that. My neighbor, he's trying to get a sedan up this road, so I'm gonna go help him out. Alright. Alright, I'm starting a new video. This camera up on the tractor roll bar is not working well. It keeps falling down. But I got a load full of gravel here. I'm going up my hill. These pink flags you see over here, this is where the surveyor has marked my property boundary. So as I go up this hill from these pink flags here, everything on the left side is my land. So I'm going to put you back up and record as I go up this hill. There's one bucket. I'm gonna have to do like 10 of those. And as we were coming up the hill, we were in high gear. Straighten this camera up. We were in high gear and we were in fourth gear. So that tells you that's as fast as this tractor goes. We were at about 2,000 RPM, which is plenty. I don't want to rev it to 3, but yeah, we were going uphill as fast as this tractor goes. But we got one bucket up here, and we got the practice and the experience, which is good. I'll get better, I guess, at scooping up rocks with this, but I want to bring the buckets of gravel that I can get the most in a bucket, which is when I first start on the pile. And I want to fill in this big puddle, because in the rain, this is all puddle. So you saw I dumped the first load right here. And that's going to help with this big old rock here. These rocks, when you go over it with your tires, are kind of rough. So if I put some gravel here, it's going to help a lot. So a lot more work to be done. One thing I am going to do, I'm going to scoop as much into my loader as possible for each trip. But I broke my shovel when I was doing my water tank the other day when I was trying to get out those water-soaked boards. I broke my other shovel, so I went to Tractor Supply today and got a new shovel. And I'm going to be loading this bucket up for every trip to make sure it's super full. And then I've got probably like 10 trips to make. Pile some over here, pile some on the road, and I think that's going to be that. So I'm stopping this video here. It's more of the same. I think it's going to be too rough of a view from the top of this tractor. Everything vibrates and the road is not smooth. So unless I put you up here and I get as I go and I come, or put you down there when I'm loading, there's not much use in recording. So that's it. That's what I'm doing today. I will do an update maybe halfway through and an update once I'm done. If you look at this, my stake is bent, so that metal is not strong enough. A couple more bumps, this thing is going to be dragging on the ground. So what I'm going to do, power on the tractor, raise it back up, take the bent stake out, and I'm going to get some, not zip ties, but tie downs. And I'm going to just put a tie down around the pole bar there and just tie it down so that it doesn't flop for now. I'll have to, next time I'm at Tractor Supply, get me a pin that's the right size for this. But as you can see here, that's fresh grease. When I first took this out, I did the grease on all the grease zerks that I could find. I just found one that I missed. I didn't even see that as a grease zerk. So, alright, that's it for this video. We'll keep you updated. Alright, this stand works good for stationary objects, so you get to watch. Watch me put a tie down on the tractor. That stake is bent in there. Very good. I can't pull that out, so I'm going to need to bring... Oh, my tractor is rolling. Alright, woo! I guess brake wasn't quite tight enough. But I'm going to have to bring tools to bend that straight so that I can get it out. But for now, I can at least put the tie down on it. Famous last words. That ought to hold. So now we turn the PTO off. When you turn PTO on, you want to clutch and get it going slow, and then slowly turn up the throttle. So to turn it off, I put the throttle back down. That's normal idle. And I take the PTO shaft. Now PTO is off. Come back here, check. Pump isn't spinning. We're good. So now we're just going to go make a whole bunch more trips, and I'll update along the way. Alright, update. Not even halfway through, but I have made 4 trips. This thing came loose, but it's tight again, so I think it just had more room to come up. But this is doing okay now. I dumped 1 load here in this big hole, and then I dumped another 2 in this big hole, which we're trying to even out these big rocks so that as you come by you don't hit these big boulders so hard. I'll probably take the jackhammer and break this rock up because it's big. But this used to be a lake every time it rained. It'll probably still be a lake, but at least now it'll have gravel. It won't be so muddy. I need to dump a load right here because you see this big rock. That is hard on the tires. And then my other load I dumped over here. This was a big pothole that always filled up with water. At least now when you drive over it, it's smooth, it's flat. But with those 4 full bucket loads in my tractor, I've barely made a dent in the 5-ton pile down at the bottom of the hill. So I was expecting to get this done in a day, but it's not going to happen today. So I wanted to do an update on those, give the tractor a little break. I thought about just removing everything from the bed of my truck and driving my truck down there and dumping like as many loads as would fit in the bed of my truck. But I've got this water tank that's strapped in and it still has water in it. I've got this is for a pallet for my cement to keep it wet or dry in case this water tank leaks, which you can see with all the bumps it has been. This is all wet from water. And I got my 5-gallon buckets in there, and my tamper and digger. I've got my pruning shears and saw, but I took those out because it's also why I took the camera out. I'm taking a break to do some more work. I am going to hang the trail cam on the tree I mentioned earlier, but there's a whole bunch of shrubbery and there's another tree in front of it, so I'm gonna cut this tree down. Duke, I left him at camp. He's not supposed to be up here. Go home. Go home. Go. He's supposed to be by the camper. Earlier when I came, I left him in the AC because he's getting older and it's hot out, so I'm gonna set this camera up and you can watch me hang a trail cam, I guess. So I've already kicked the grass around here. I'm in flip-flops right now, which is my footwear of choice, but I kicked the grass, make sure there's no snakes, so it should be good. All right. Alright, I think we have it hung in a good viewing location. Kind of blends in with the trees there, and we got the solar panel battery pack hooked up facing south. Might cut back a little bit more of this shrubbery so that the solar panel gets sun. I need to angle this a little bit further. I want it to be able to keep an eye on my tractor and road, which that looks good, and my gravel pile. Alright, so that's it for this. I'm going to probably trim a few more taller bushes up here just so the solar panel gets enough sun, but I think we are in business.